All right, so today is November the 14th. It is Tuesday, and we should be good to go. Um, First things first, let's go ahead and check news. So we should be having CPI. Yep. Okay. So 8:30 we have CPI, core CPI at 8:30 on USD pairs, and then later tonight we have news at 7:30 and 9 o'clock on AUD and CNY on wage price index and industrial production. So I might extend this morning's live to 9 o'clock just so we can see what happens at 8:30, like I did last week. And then earlier we had news on GBP, but we weren't awake, of course. So yeah, main focus will be USD pairs as usual, and gold. Let's go and check FX Street. All right, so recommended Euro USD forecast. Euro could extend rebound on a soft U.S. inflation reading. Markets remain choppy ahead of all important U.S. inflation data. All right, cool. Real quick, let me go ahead and make sure Discord is up. And let me send this real quick so people know we have CPI. All right, so let's get to it. So let's go ahead and talk about gold real quick. So on gold, we missed a move yesterday, which kind of irritated me because Mondays, for some reason, start of the week, you can find some of the best moves in my opinion because you're just starting the week off and the candles start to fluctuate. So Monday we missed this big push in the market, and then we missed this push back up. So usually, in a trend, I explained this last week, price is always going to have a retracement before it has a continuation, right? If it has really strong structure of higher highs and higher lows for an uptrend, or vice versa, if it has a lot of strong structure for lower lows and lower highs, right? And gold has been printing a lot of good structure recently. So we come over here, we had all of our ranges split up from last week. Let me go and delete all this. Notice how price in this channel is pushing down, right? But it's not just pushing down on the way. It has some push or has retracements before continuing down, right? So like over here, we have all these consecutive candles. It pushes up just a little bit, and then we have more consecutive candles. And when it has that push, it's actually forming structure and pushing off of the recent zone, or in this scenario, recent resistance that it formed, right? So it comes down, it pushes up, and again, the line doesn't have to be perfect as long as you can see how price is forming that structure of a downtrend to have that continuation. So we have that nice push off of that newly formed resistance, right? And then what does price do again? It pushes all the way down, and the zones that I had marked up, notice how it's respecting those ranges as well. So in range 3, it comes in range 2, and then it has a nice push back into range 1, and then what does it do? React off of that newly formed resistance. So last night or yesterday, Monday, we missed this nice pivotal point because on the daily time frame, you can also see how it respects these ranges as well. It's more clear. We have range 3, range 2, range 1. And over here, this arrow that I have marked up, we also have this nice old support that price came back down to. So had a nice push, and then we would have caught over 100 pips. So that's why it's really important to start on your higher time frame as well, because sometimes you can find really key areas in the market. For example, notice how these lines are yellow, but this one is blue, only because if we come over here, we have previous structure that price was already grabbing towards to. So price came down over here, and this is again on gold. I think this was yesterday on the daily time frame. It was either yesterday or Sunday, but I think it was Sunday. But going on the 4-hour, notice how price came back down to around 1946 and pushed up for over 100 pips. So moves like that can set you up for the whole week, which is why I'm saying, like, on Monday, when you find those big moves in the market, sometimes you can catch those moves and then just be good for the week. You don't have to trade. And that's how I was last year. When we would trade Monday, we'd find those pips, over 100 pip moves, and then be good for the week. And then we just do webinars and stuff like that. But on gold, you'll see moves like this happen all the time. So it has that nice push, retraces, and then has a nice continuation for that bigger move, right, to the downside. So right now where gold is at, we're trying to figure out if it wants to have that continuation or if it wants to start pushing up off of the daily time frame. So notice how it came down to 1932. It's pushing up now. Scaling on the 4-hour. Price isn't yet closing above that newly formed what would be support at around 1946. So we're trying to figure out if we're going to get some sort of closure below or above, right? Notice how it's kind of choppy. It's not the cleanest. So price did push up and then it came back in. It had a nice closure below, but it's not yet deciding if it wants to have that nice push down. Coming back up. So we're trying to determine what gold wants to do. FX Street pretty much told us that the market was choppy, guys, because of inflation data. We can go and read it again, but right here, markets remain choppy ahead of all important U.S. inflation data. So when I hear that U.S. inflation data and I look at gold, since it is a USD pair, I'm thinking, okay, so any type of pair that had the USD currency in it is going to be somewhat choppy unless we have some sort of push from news. So we could wait at around 8:30 to see what gold really wants to do. But for now, we're trying to determine if we want to have a closure below or above, right? Because on the daily time frame, this could print out as a fake out if we don't get a nice closure below, either on the 4-hour or 2-hour. So that's what I'm going to be eyeing on gold. And then the rest of the USD pairs. We can look at AUD USD this morning. Let me go and flag that real quick. We can look at Euro USD. Oh, I have it flagged already. Okay, so we look at Euro USD this morning. And look, same thing that I just explained on gold. So notice I have these 2 pointers over here because I'm on a daily time frame. I noticed that price reacted off of this level. So in the back of my head, I'm thinking, okay, cool. We have a strong level of resistance or support depending on where price is at. So notice how price has this nice push, right, outside this range. Comes back down, pushes off that newly formed support, and then price does its thing, right? So people are hopping in right here. This would have been well over 40 pips. And then price made another touch right here. Buyers are hopping in again, and then price made another touch right here. And what do we know from this, right? When we have a whole bunch of touches in the market, it builds up some sort of value on the flip side. So eventually, when price does come back down to around 1.06, we want to find that breakout or that break to have a nice break and retest for a new trend. That looks so sloppy. Something like this, right? Best case scenario, if price does decide to come back down. Otherwise, we don't know what it wants to do because right now it's above and it's making what? Daily highs. So we will come back to Euro USD to see what price does from CPI. And then we have GU, right? Okay, so on GU, this is one of the rarest examples um, where a break and retest won't always form, okay? It won't always be perfect. So notice how on GU, price has this nice level of resistance. It does its thing in this range. Let me go ahead and flip this. Let's say this is range 1, okay? Let's say this is range 1. Price is doing its thing in this range, and then it has this nice break, right? These 2 consecutive candles pushes it in or pushes out, and then price comes back down over here. But notice how it doesn't respect that newly formed support. It does react off of it, but this was a 30 pip move, which isn't too crazy, but then it comes back down really fast. And on a daily time frame, that doesn't look like price was reacting off of it at all. It just kind of melts through it. So in some scenarios, guys, this won't always work, but most of the time it does. When you have these nice consecutive pushes in the market and you have that nice break and retest, price comes back down to that newly formed support. It fits in a buy or resistance for a sell. So we will definitely keep an eye on GU to see what happens, because price doesn't really know where it wants to go. Hopefully we have some strong levels that price starts to form, and then we can capitalize on a push, either a breakout or wait for that break and retest, depending if it's in a bullish continuation or starts to form some sort of bearish trend. Because price doesn't really have a direction right now. It is starting to push up just a little bit, but I can't say this is a trend because we don't have previous structure. Like, I know most people, again, if they're using fibs, they'd place it from that low to the high of that consecutive push and then say, oh, price is nearing that golden zone, hopping in. The only problem with fibs is it's hard to determine if you're going to have that bearish or bullish push without previous structure to say, hey, we have higher highs, higher lows. There's a good chance that price is going to have a bullish continuation. In this scenario, we don't have previous structure, so we'd have to wait to see what price wants to show us. And then we have USD CAD. I think the main focus is going to be GU, Euro USD, AUD USD, and gold. That's going to be the main focus this morning. So we have about 10 more minutes. You guys have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I'm just going to be chilling. So if you're just joining in, guys, again, I'm waiting for the next 8 minutes for that next opening candle. And how I want to play this out is if gold closes below 1946, we want to wait until price breaks this low, and then we would take the sells down back to that to 1932. So that is my analysis on gold. And again, we're just waiting. Price is pretty choppy. I mean, FX Street pretty much said that U.S. markets are going to be choppy because of inflation data. So price, again, is kind of stagnant. It's not the cleanest. You know, if we had a nice clean push above 1946, then we take it back up. But we want to see if it's going to close below in this scenario to take it back down. On the daily time frame, price could have a nice bearish continuation as well. Notice how price does push up, and it does respect its levels that it printed over the last week. So with that being said, if we do have a nice push or a continuation, especially with CPI, we can just take it back down to 1932. Because on the daily time frame, we do have that nice print that price is below 1946. But again, on the 4-hour, we just want to be careful since price isn't it isn't as clean as it usually is when it just respects its zones. Like over here, price is kind of going in and out, right? So if we want to play this the safest way, we want to wait for that closure below. Next 5 minutes, we'll see what happens, and then we want to take a sell stop position, anticipating price to break this low, and then take it back down. We could have like TP set for 1939, and then at a break-even point, if we want to just continue pushing it down for news, we can, but we'll see what happens in the next 5 minutes. What up, Zane? PUBG, what's your call on CPI? So kind of what I just explained on gold. We're looking at USD markets, especially on gold, but AUD USD we have marked up, Euro USD and GBP USD. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 pairs that we're going to be focusing on mainly this morning. And then if you have any pairs you want me to analyze, you can just let me know. But those are going to be my main four for CPI. And I'm going to extend the live to 9 o'clock because we have CPI at 8:30. And I usually go off at 8:30, but we're going to see what happens post news so we can find some entries. So realistically, what this would look like, guys, is something like this. So this would be around 20 pips around away from entry. So I have my stop loss above. We can make it 30. And if this is TP1, TP2 would be around here. And then for runners, I'd probably just take it back down to 1932. But for being really realistic, I'd probably catch a nice 1-to-1. Just so price could fill all this in, right? So this would be a nice 1-to-1. And then for TP2, be around 1937. Now, usually if price was clean, if it's printing clean candles, I'd probably just enter in at around here, right? But the reason why I want to play it safe is because price doesn't really know what it wants to do. So the safest bet is a way for price to push lower than its previous low. I'm sorry, I can't speak today, but that's what I'm anticipating on gold this morning. for it to push down. But if we want to have a nice safe entry, we want to wait until it closes below this low or pushes lower. So this would be a nice sell stop. Something like this. Take about 3 more minutes. I'll just stay on the camera. Because notice how price is kind of going in and out, guys. It's not clean. Usually gold prints clean candles where you know, okay, so we have support resistance, it pushes up. Like for example, over here we have a clean move. It comes back to 1964, forms that low, and then has another push. Okay, cool. Is what's it doing over here? As this nice consecutive push of bearish candles, and it pushes back up. But the only issue is it's not clean like it was before. Like this right here. Let me delete all these circles so it's not confusing. Let me put the circle right here. Like this right here would have been a clean push to the downside if it had that nice continuation, but it came back up and then it's kind of doing a fake out. It's coming back into this range, and I'm trying to figure out if price wants to have a push above, if it closes above this newly formed support, or if it's just having a small little fake out, forming some more structure, saying actually we're gonna push down, especially news. Saying that US markets are kind of choppy. I understand that gold is kind of in consolidation. So we're trying to figure out if we're going to have a nice closure below to have that continuation, because we do have previous structure of a bearish trend, right? So we have range 3, range 2, and range 1. We want to see if price is going to continue to push in our range that price is currently in right now. Notice how it's kind of in between range 1 and range 2 as well. So in the daily time frame, it's kind of going to show you where price is at, which gives you an overall perspective of the market. So overall, we don't know if price is in range 1 or in range 2 because it's kind of in between. It's at 1946 exactly. But scaling on the 4-hour time frame, you can see those candles print out. And we have 2 hours before we have another opening. So again, we're just trying to figure out if price is going to close below or above. That's the main observation right now. We get a nice closure below. Again, we're just going to have sell stops ready for price to break this low and then continue to push down. And okay, let's not be biased, right? Let's say if price decides to push up. Let's not be biased. How are we going to take advantage of this? So we still have consecutive candles. We have traffic on the left side. So we could also have a buy analysis for price to break these highs, because this is a double top in some way. And I think someone asked me last week, how do you capitalize on those moves, those retail concepts? So a double top, meaning that price is forming some sort of mini structure that sellers are reacting off of to place sells, but also it's building up some sort of liquidity from the flip side. And if you have some sort of traffic to build up that like confluence from these double tops, then you can say, okay, hey, since we have some sort of liquidity above 1948, if price decides to buy, then it's going to take out those orders, right? So we could also hop in for buys so that we can take advantage of this, right? And I probably just push price to its previous resistance, so around 1956, and this is around 80 pips. So we would actually make it somewhat like this. We could have a nice $30 pip stop loss, right? Same scenario, and then we'd actually come down right here. And that would be for a buy. But we really want to see what happens after news. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I'm gonna wait for the next 15-minute candle in about 10 minutes. Otherwise, I'm gonna be chilling. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. If you guys have any pairs you want me to analyze, let me know as well. If I need to repeat this setup on gold, let me know as well. Otherwise, I'm gonna be chilling. All right. All right, so the time is now 7:15. So yeah, both scenarios could play out. It could play out this morning, guys, either for a buy or sell. We want to go for the most high probability. I can't say that word. Most high probability setup. Excuse me. But in this scenario, right, price is kind of consolidating. It's pretty stagnant. You could scale in and box price in. Like you could just form a nice box around this and wait for a breakout. But if you can visually just see how price is kind of in that box, it's stagnant, and we're waiting to see if it's going to break from the upside or downside. Now, again, if you're doing TDA, top-down analysis, on the daily time frame, you'll notice that price did push down to around 1932, had that nice bullish wick, and then now it's pushing up. And then I have this blue line marked at 1946 because we have price making the most touches at around that area, right? So on the daily time frame, you kind of can see that candle. It's still in formation. It's in between range 1 and range 2. We're trying to figure out if price wants to have a continuation of that nice bearish trend. Scaling on the 4-hour, we can clearly see price was pushing down previously on Monday and Sunday, started the week. But we want to see if price wants to have that continuation off that newly formed support. So this could be a fake out. Notice how price did come up around 1946, but we're not quite sure if it's going to have a continuation because price didn't technically close below with clean candles. So if it does push down, we would take it near or back down to 1932, but we want to play it safe and wait for price to basically push past its previous low at 1944 to have a nice continuation. Also taking out these candles over here. If price decides to push up this morning from CPI, then we would just take it above 1948 because we have structure right here. But if we have a nice push, it takes out some orders from the previous sellers. We'd also just take out these candles to the left side as well. So both scenarios could play out. So we will definitely find some sort of entry this morning. I will stay live past 8:30 as well to see what happens off the news. And if you guys have any questions, let me know. But the main focus for this morning will be gold, AUD, Euro, and GU. So we have about 10 more minutes. We're gonna wait for the next 30-minute candle to see what happens. Hopefully we can get some sort of directional bias, and then we would just go with the most high probability setup. I don't know why that word is so hard to say. Hold on. This is bugging me, guys. Is there like a bilateral? Is that a word? For some reason, I was trying to say probabilital. I don't think that's a word, though, is it? Most high probability setup. Does that make sense? Or is it high probability? Okay. So yeah, we're going to wait for the next 10 minutes, see what happens, or 9 minutes. If you guys have any questions, let me know. If this doesn't make sense, let me know as well, and I'll re-explain it. Shout out to everyone that's in the live this morning. Hope you guys are having a good week. We missed Monday's live, unfortunately, because I was on a business trip and I wasn't going to be able to be up for New York. But the schedule goes as Tuesday, New York, Wednesday, New York, Thursday, New York. And then since we missed Monday, I'm going to do London for Friday. And then giveaway will be announced on Friday as well. We just hit 1K, which is awesome. I'm going to start posting videos again this month. But I want to do a giveaway for the people that have been supporting me this weekend. So I want to announce that on Instagram sometime this week. And I think that's it as far as announcements. But yeah, everyone that's on this live, you hope you guys are having a good morning. If you're watching this post stream, hope you guys are having a good week as well. And yeah, so far we're doing good this month. Probable, is that the word? I feel so stupid. Is that the word, probable setup? Sometimes when I wake up early in the morning, I forget to speak, guys. Or I forget some vocabulary. Probable. I don't know why I couldn't think about that. That is the word. Thank you. The most high probable setup. Yep. I'm trying to decide if the giveaway is going to be public, like, meaning everyone can enter, or if it's going to be specific people that have been, like, consistently supporting me. Because I've been making a list, guys, of everyone that's been hopping on my lives, you know, actually engaging with me. So I'm trying to determine if it's going to be everyone, because, of course, when you do giveaways, a lot of people are going to come out of nowhere and be like, hey, I was with you. You know what I'm saying? They just want to be a part of that giveaway. I remember I was doing that with some traders. Like when I first started out trading, people would be doing giveaways, and I'd just come into their community to see what that giveaway was about and then leave. So I know a lot of people are gonna be doing that. So I'm trying to determine how I'm gonna set this up. But it's gonna be a good giveaway. It's not gonna be like something lame. It's gonna be like it's gonna be something physical. So going to be announcing that Friday or Thursday. I got to set everything up. And while we're waiting, because we have 7 minutes, I'm thinking about doing like a prize wheel. I wonder if you can like yeah, something like this, right? Where I have the name, so it's gonna be more. And then I would just click that arrow, and then whoever it lands on, they win, right? And then I'd make a video out of it, post on Instagram. I'd make this legit. So I'd be like, James, you won. And then I'd give you my information, contact me, we chop it up. Make sure you have my information over the weekend, and then I'd send you whatever that I'm giving away. So that's what I might do, and make a whole video about it. It'll be fun. But yeah, this is just to show love to you guys, because of course I love giving back away to the community. If whoever's supporting me, I appreciate it. You know, it's not really easy to do this. So, you know, I just hit 1K. I've been doing this for like 4 years now. I want to give back. Plus, Christmas is around the corner, so I want to bless someone up. I know when I first started trading, when I first started making the Discord community, I've had a lot of people come in, you know, asking for help, and they don't really have the resources to start trading. You know, a lot of people don't have like PCs, like monitors. They don't have that. They don't have those resources. So, I'm not gonna give away yet, but part of that giveaway is that to give something so that people can start with something. You know. So that's the main issue when it comes to trading. A lot of people don't have those resources. They don't have the capital as well. So that's what I'm doing for the giveaway. I'm giving something that people can use. Appreciate it, Sonic. Appreciate it. It's only gonna be I'm only gonna be going up. I'm gonna start making content again on the channel. It's not gonna just be live. I'm gonna start doing breakdown videos, giving away some strategy videos on my channel. It's gonna be more cinematic, more interesting. It's not just gonna be me on the live talking. It's gonna be informative information. I have a lot of plans for this channel, man. We're just getting started, honestly. But I appreciate everyone that's rocking me right now. If you're on the live stream, we have like what? We have 3 viewers watching, you know? But as I'm gonna be consistent with this, you know, the end goal is to have like 300 by like 2025, you know? But it all starts with consistency. So yeah, we're gonna give it another 3 minutes, see what gold is doing, and then we'll analyze some other pairs. If you guys have any pairs you want me to analyze as well, let me know. Again, if you're just joining or you're watching this post stream, I will be live tomorrow, Thursday, and I'm doing a London stream Friday since we missed yesterday. Okay. Oh yeah, for sure. 2024 is going to be a really good year. I'm really trying to experiment. I'm trying to, figure everything out right now, see how consistent I can be, get my schedule in line. And then 2024 is just going to be a smooth ride, promise you. Also trying to figure out the target audience, experimenting with the Discord, Instagram, all that stuff. And also recently with Discord, Supersonic, also let me know if this is working for you. But current members, so I made the Discord private, right? But current members should have access to everything. And I might need to start making some moderators to make sure everything's in check, because what happened recently, someone joined and I don't know how they got in for free, because since I made it private, it's like a subscription. But here's the thing. You can get in for free if you start like it's like a 7-day trial, but he didn't do that. His name was Void. He just got in from something else. So I got to fix this weekend because people are getting in from other links. Which is fine. If it was like if it was a 7-day trial, that's fine. But people are finding a way to get in for free. I'm not really tripping about it, but if I want to make it private and make sure people are actually making an investment, I want to make it fair for the people that are actually paying for something, So I got to figure that out soon. Ashki, hello, bro. I am from India. Give a shout out. Shout out to you, brother, for joining this live. Hopefully this is educational for you. Hopefully you leave us some sort of knowledge. And of course, if we find some sort of moves this morning, hopefully leave us some profit. All right, price starting to push down. Again, we're going to wait for news. It's going to look pretty choppy, I think, until 8:30. If you want the boxing price, you can. We can use the same method that I've been using since last week. Simply waiting for that breakout. From the flip side, it also looks good because we have this right here that needs to be filled. So if price decides to push post CPI, we're definitely going to capitalize on some sort of move, taking price back up to 1956 for around 80 pips. But if price decides to sell, we're waiting for that closure below. We're waiting for price to break these lows, and then we'll have a nice rush down to around 1940. Simple as that, guys. And this is what? So this is around 35 pips, which isn't the best. For some, that's enough, but I'm looking for those big moves on gold, especially like around 100 to 150 pip moves. Monday, I really wish I was live Monday, guys, because we did miss this move over here, but we'll make up on Friday. I feel like Mondays are the best day to trade. I don't know why, but last week there was a nice push. I wasn't live last week. This week I wasn't live Monday, and I missed some of the best moves in the market. Monday, Tuesday, and Thursdays are some of the best days. Wednesday are usually trap days, because it's the middle of the week. And then I don't really trade Friday because that's when the market closes. So like Friday, 5 p.m., if I'm still in a trade, and I usually just want to close it. Unless it's a really good setup that I want to hold for next week. But the start of the week on Sunday, usually you have gaps. So that kind of messes up that position that you're holding. All right, so price is currently pushing down. We have an hour before news. So we go on the hourly candle. Again, we just want to see if price is going to come near 1944 before news, and hopefully have a nice closure below, and then we just ride price down. It's not going to be the best move because this is only 35 pips, but it is something, guys. Best case scenario for the most pips, price decides to flip up. and break out from this side, taking out these orders over here, and have that nice continuation to around 1954 because we have some sort of structure over here. Right, we have this zone that price could be attracted to. We can call this 30 minutes, 30-minute supply. But that's the best case scenario for the best push or the best move. Otherwise, we just go with the daily analysis that price wants to have that bearish continuation, and it's going to react off of news for a sell, and then we would just hop in for a sell. But if price decides to buy off of news, we also have this nice analysis right here. If it doesn't make sense, let me know. I'll re-explain it. But either way on gold, we have some sort of analysis for both sides. So we'll definitely be able to, we will definitely be able to enter in with some move this morning, post news or before. All right, so we have 10 minutes. We're gonna come back to this real quick, but what I want to do is just place alerts just in case price is moving pretty crazy and I miss something. We'll say watch price at around 1944, 290. We'll just say watch price. And then same thing for 1948, just in case. All right. So let's see what AUD USD is doing. Let's go on the daily time frame real quick. All right, so again, the reason why it's important to do top-down analysis on any pair, because it saves you time. Okay, first things first, when I go on the AUD USD, I'm already seeing that price is pretty choppy. It's a choppy market, and the reason why it's choppy because you're only looking for four things: either a bullish trend market. I'm sorry, it looks really sloppy. A bullish trend market where you see structure, right? A bearish trend market where you're looking for structure again for sells, or you're looking at a range where price is going in and out, right? And you see clear areas of support and resistance. And the last one is a choppy market where price is literally going in and out. If you try to form a box, it's not clean at all, right? This looks very sloppy. So what I'm gonna do is simply move on to the next pair. I'm not gonna waste any time. I'm not gonna force any type of analysis if price doesn't make sense to me, okay? I mean, we can even go on the 4-hour and notice how price isn't even reacting off of its predetermined structures that it's forming, right? So we have this push in the market. It doesn't quite come back up to 0.639. You know, we have previous structure that price is kind of going in and out of. I'm simply just gonna move on to the next pair, okay? And we can mark this red. So we have Euro USD. All right, so Euro USD, we have the same type of method we're using on gold, where we have two type of biases, right? We have our range right here. We have our second range and we have our third range, okay? Price is currently in our second range. It's pushing up. If it comes near 1.0753, we would take it back into range 3 with that break, and then we have a nice break and retest to the next area that price was previously reacting off of, support or resistance, supply, demand, etc. Scaling on the 2-hour, we can clearly see that price is respecting this range as well. We have a touch right here. We have a touch right here, kind of faked out a little bit before I have it highlighted, but price didn't close below, came back up, and we have another touch right here. What is this doing? Again, it's building up some sort of liquidity because we have buyers in the market. So either way, if price does decide to push back down, we could say, well, since we have all these orders fluctuating below, we could have that nice break back down to this range right here to some sort of zone. So we have this, you can say 2-hour demand, but this would be a what? 40 pip move. So price decides to push down from CPI, because again, this is a USD pair. We could say, hey, we still have a possibility for price to break and come back down to this range. If price decides to respect this range, then we're taking it near range 3 for a nice push. Hopefully that makes sense as well. So either way, you know, same thing on gold. We're gonna see what happens with CPI though. Hopefully price can near some sort of level though, so that we can have a predetermined entry, either for like a buy stop, sell stop, etc. But if price is still fluctuating around this area, like if it's like in the middle of a range, news is gonna help us push towards a certain zone or area so that we can actually find some sort of entry instead of just being stagnant in between a range. Kind of like gold is at, but we'll see. So that's my bias on Euro USD, guys. If you have any questions, let me know. But this is also looking really good in terms of structure. Price is not waking out of certain zones. It's not going in and out. It's clean, right? When you have price forming clean pushes, either from a bearish trend, bullish trend, or a range, you can find some of the best entries. And the last one we have GBP USD. So on the daily time frame, guys, we have this nice push. Price does take out these highs right here, and right here, but it doesn't react off of that newly formed support as I thought it would. So I think I was explaining this earlier. You're not always gonna have a clean break and retest, especially if price doesn't have some sort of previous structure for a bullish trend. In this scenario, price doesn't have previous structure to complement this trend. It's not like a fib. Well, most people would place their fib, but the only problem with this is you need to have some previous structure to back this up. So over here, you know, we don't have any type of higher high or higher low. So you would be at risk saying, hey, this might be a start of a trend, but because we don't have previous structure, you're at risk because price could just be going in and out, forming a range. So let's scale in, even on the 4-hour. Notice how we have this consecutive push, but then price barely reacts off of it. You know, we have previous structure from over here. The price kind of comes up for what? 30 pips. Yes, that's pretty good. But then it comes back down and comes up and then comes back down again, taking out all these buyers. And then now it's back in the range too. So this is pretty choppy. We're gonna keep an eye on it just because, you know, we have CPI, USD. Cool. We'll come back to this in the next, 40 minutes? But it's not gonna be my main focus. I think the main focus is gonna be Euro USD and gold because they both look really clean. And then we can also place an alert just in case I'm not paying attention right here. I'll just say watch price. Just like this. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I'm just going to be waiting for that hourly or 30-minute candle. And let me know if you guys like to see it like this, or would it look better if I had two screens like this? Does that look better or worse? Is it too much on the screen, or can you guys handle this? Or you just want to focus on one pair on the screen? This would be, I'd probably have it like this. Or should I just have one pair on the screen? What looks better, 2 or 1? Let me know. Sonic said, if you need a mod for Discord / lives or whatever, I'm happy to help. Most definitely. I would definitely love that help. But I will get back to you this weekend for sure. I think I can handle everything for the remainder of this week. But this weekend, I'm definitely gonna be looking for people to help out, especially for future like projects, events, giveaways, events on live streams, and then of course business like the situation that I ran in this morning, where I had people come into the Discord, kind of do a background checks on them, make sure they verified to actually be in the community, stuff like that. But we will I will DM you this weekend. So we have about 15 more minutes, guys. If you guys have any questions, let me know. If you want me to analyze another pair, let me know as well. But we're just gonna play the patient game. Split screen is nice. Okay, I'll keep the split screen on, just so I can see everything. Main focus right now is gold and Euro USD. If you guys have any questions, let me know. If I'm gonna go over the analysis, let me know as well. We're simply just waiting for price to print what it needs to print, and then we'll go with the most probable setup. Look at that, I just said the word right, probable. So yeah, I'm gonna be AFK for a bit, guys. Simply just waiting for price to print what it needs to print. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I'm gonna wait for the next hourly candle. All right. And of course, if you're gonna analyze any pair, let me know as well. You can ask any type of questions. I will answer any type of question you guys ask. And yeah. Sonic said, "Do you only take one setup a day or more a day if they present themselves?" If they present themselves, I take more a day. So for example, on Monday, I missed two really good moves where we had that push down and then that push up. But I wasn't live, or I wasn't awake. So if gold, for example, if I was able to capitalize on that move, that was like over 100 pips, I'd probably be done for the week if I'm being honest with you. But I'd still be going live. So sometimes, let's say if I'm in a trade and it's going well, it's in profit, then I can take another trade, be a bit more risky. But if I'm down a certain amount of pips, or if I'm down a percentage, then I'm not gonna try to put in more trades, even if I see something well, because you can see the same thing print out throughout the week. So like on Monday, let's say if I hop in a trade and I'm down 1%, then I'm gonna play really safe for the remainder of that day, because I want to end the week in profit, right? So it really depends. You know, if I'm having a good percentage, then I'm going to be a bit more risky. But if I'm already down, then I'm going to be very conservative and careful. All right, so price is nearing 1944, and it's almost 8 o'clock. So we get that nice closure below. We could potentially hop in, guys. Just want to play really safe. We want to wait for price to take out this low right here, because this could just make another print. Continuing it on that range, you know, price coming in and out, support resistance, makes a touch right here, makes a touch right here, makes a touch right here, makes another touch right here, and then pushes back up, right? So we want to be really careful. We want price to close below, taking out this low right here, so that we can just drive price down to 1940. And then vice versa, if price does decide to respect 1944 and then push up, we just take price back up. But we'll see what happens. What's up, Sage? By the way, do you guys check out strategy course, which I gave? I did not. I can pull it up. I'm not gonna pull it up on this monitor though. Let me see what you sent me. I want to see if I know who the person is. Oh, did not mean this. That's embarrassing. Okay, I will check it out later because I don't want it to pop up on this. I'll check it out later today. Honestly, I might explain the giveaway details. If we get like 10 people in here, I'll re-explain it because I might just clip it up instead of making a whole separate video. Let me just post on my story real quick because I really don't be posting. Let me just post real quick. Also, Sage, let me know how that strategy works out for you if you're using it. But I'll check it out. I don't ever like downplay someone's strategy. If there's a good strategy, I usually like to test it out or back test it on Saturday. But that's pretty much it. Let me post this real quick. All right. So we have about 8 more minutes. If you guys have any pairs you want me to analyze, feel free to ask away, or you have an analysis on any pair that you have, you want to break it down and help you, you can send the link. If you have any questions you want to ask, feel free to ask away. Otherwise, I'm just going to wait for the next hourly candle and see what we can take advantage of. But the main focus for this morning is gold and Euro USD, guys. And Sage, you didn't miss much. Only thing I really talked about on the live was the giveaway details, videos that I'm going to be making this weekend. And then future plans for 2024. That's pretty much it. Oh, and then the schedule for the remainder of the week. So I'm going to be live tomorrow, New York, Thursday, New York. And then I'm going to be live London Friday since we missed Monday yesterday. We have about 5 more minutes. So again, guys, I'm gonna extend the live till 9 o'clock since we have CPI 8:30, and then we'll just take it from there. If we're in a trade and we're holding, I might even extend it longer. We'll see what happens, but I have time this morning. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, we're just gonna wait for the next 4 minutes. All right, the time is now 8 o'clock. So let's go ahead and take a look at gold real quick. We'll just make this full screen. We'll come back to Euro USD. But notice how we didn't get that closure below 1944, which is fine, which tells me we're going to have to trade news, guys, which isn't a big issue. But what I mean is basically if we have price around 1944, we might have to anticipate some sort of break instead of waiting for that break and retest, which is perfectly fine. We'll have a low risk trade. We won't go crazy aggressive. We'll have our stops above that newly formed resistance, right? But just in case we have that sort of volatile push at news, we don't want to miss that opportunity. So if price decides to fluctuate still and it's near 1944, we might have to place our stops outside that zone. Vice versa, who knows if price in the next 30 minutes comes near 1948, we'll have our buy stops ready so that we can get that nice push from news, and then later from today, if it decides to slow down a bit and retrace, we'll still be in profit. So that's what we'll do this morning on gold, since we didn't get that closer below or above, right? So hopefully CPI has that nice break above or below, and we'll capitalize on any type of side. So 30 minutes, guys. 30 minutes. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I am chilling. Hope you guys are having a good week so far. Again, I do wish I was live Monday. I'll make up London on Friday, and then that's pretty much it. I'm trying to think. Do I want to do? I might do the giveaway Friday as well. I might do the giveaway Friday. I gotta make a video either today or tomorrow. It will either be on Friday or Monday or next week. Like I'll announce the winner next week. I just came in. Why do you predict that will be bullish? What's up, Niche Production? All right, yeah. So I can explain it real quick. So the reason why I predict that will be bullish, or yeah, let's start with bullish, and I'll give my bias on it being bearish. Since you're looking at this, I have these pointers, right? So what I'm saying is, if price does decide to push up, we can still capitalize on this bullish move because we have these sellers in the market. They're capitalizing off these pushes, which is cool. But let's say if news decides to flip price, we can still catch this nice move to the upside because we also have all this that needs to be taken in the market. On the daily time frame, we don't have a closure. We don't really have a clean closure below on the daily time frame when we talk about these ranges. Try to ignore all these lines right now. I know it looks confusing because I just have it from my lower time frames, but basically, on the daily time frame, I'm noticing that price is pushing down, which is cool. But over here, it kind of reacted off of 1932 at this nice pivotal point of what people would call support, right here. Let me highlight it so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. So price decides to respect this push and continue up. What I'm saying is we want to play it safe. Since we have news at 8:30, we'd probably place buy stops above this zone or outside this range so that price can have that nice clean push. And then if it wants to have a break and retest, it can at around 1948, that newly formed support. And then we would drive price up to that 1 hour supply that I have marked up right here, or 30-minute. It looks cleaner on the 30-minute time frame. But yeah. And this is the best scenario because in my opinion, you have, this is 60 pips, and then on the flip side, this is around 35. So I'm looking for a bigger move. I'd rather take this buy than sell, but we'll see. We will see. Because CPI is in 30 minutes. So what I'm saying is, since price didn't close below or above this zone, we'd probably have to capitalize on that push, so on that break before waiting for that retracement. So we have 25 minutes, and we're just gonna see what happens. So do you only enter if you get out the box? Correct, in most scenarios. But since we have news in the next 30 minutes, I don't want to miss out any type of push. So what I'm saying is, we'd place a buy stop, catching that push, right? Instead of waiting for that retracement to have that continuation. That's the safest play. That's like the safest way to play it, but only because we have news. I want to catch that break. So I have my alerts placed just in case I miss anything. So like if price nears 1944 and it's like 2 pips away and the time is like 8:29, I'm going to place a sell. Yes, it would be a little risky because price could just make another touch right here, right? And then come back up. It could like make a touch and then wick off. But when you have news like CPI or like NFP too, you don't want to miss that push before price starts to slow down, because you could catch a nice 1-to-1 before it has a nice retracement, and then it would kind of tell you if it wants to have the continuation forming that new trend. For example, price is ranging, right? Price is ranging, and I have it marked up on the flip side, but eventually it has that push, and it has a retracement. It kind of slows down a bit, and then it has a continuation. But since we're trading in a certain time period, we have 30 minutes. I'm going to extend it for another hour. We're not going to wait for a retracement because I'm not going to be live. So I'm going to attempt to catch that break from the downside if price is near 1944, upside if price is near 1948. It's pretty simple. Nesh asked, "What about the news? Which times are the most relevant news out? In which newspaper? Yahoo Finance?" Okay, I'm gonna attempt to answer that. So I use Forex Factory. It tells me all the data I need to know throughout the week if we have any volatile announcements. So if you go to calendar, it kind of tells me or shows me what days are going to be most volatile. For example, today is Tuesday. I'm looking at the red folders. So at 8:30, we have news on USD pairs. We have core CPI. I think it's the title of this live. It should be, but CPI is Consumer Price Index. So it kind of gives me information if I want to read up on it as well. But it kind of just shows me when the market's going to be the most volatile on certain news announcements. Sometimes people speak out, NFP. 7:30 we have wage price index on AUD pairs. So this kind of tells me what pair is going to be affected from news. You have other sites like CNBC. I also use FX Street. It kind of gives me information on why the markets are kind of consolidating. For example, on FX Street, I come down here to recommend it, and I just read the first two bullet points. Kind of gives me a brief summary of what's happening. So like Euro forecast, Euro could extend rebound on soft U.S. inflation reading, and in Forex today, markets remain choppy ahead of all important U.S. inflation data. So this right here is the most important because we have news on USD. So when I read something like this, I go back to the market. If I have a question on why like price is consolidating or it's kind of stagnant, I'm like, okay, probably because of what this is telling me right here. They remain choppy ahead of all important U.S. inflation data. And then what was your last question? Which newspapers? Yahoo Finance. Let me know if they answer your question as far as the website. So Forex Factory, FX Street, CNBC. Oh, investing.com as well. All right, so cool. So price is okay. Never mind. Price is nearing 1944. As soon as I was about to say that, it pushed up, which is funny. But yeah, it might react off of this newly formed support, guys, and continue to push up. We might catch a break from the upside, which would be ideal. That's what I want to happen. But if we don't get that, we can also, capitalize on this move to the downside. Either way, but this would be at more risk, in my opinion. Could you explain that sentence? What do they mean with choppy inflation? You answered my question. Thank you. Could you explain that sentence? You talking about this one right here? Let me know. Which sentence? Okay, so FX Street, whenever I come on FX Street, I'm not reading every single word. I'm trying to get hints in the market. So usually if I'm trading gold, I will come to gold and see what the announcement is about. Because when it comes to your fundamental analysis, mind you, most people are also reading up on whatever news announcements is coming out. So the reason why the information is important, because you want to get a kind of perspective. You want to get a perspective of what other people are looking at in the market. So for example, let's just come to GU, right? GU rises to 1.23 as markets await U.S. inflation report. GU edged higher toward 1.230 in the early European morning on Tuesday on improving risk mood. So the rest of the stuff, I'm not really reading, only because it's not as important. Well, the information is there, first of all. I'm not going to just disregard the information, but I'm briefly looking at a fundamental perspective of what people are looking at in the market, because your technical is the what and your fundamental is the why. Why did price do this, right? Technical analysis, most people just trade off of that, which is perfectly fine. You don't have to look at news. You don't have to look at Forex Factory. That's perfectly fine. But the problem is when you have those pushes in the market, sometimes you don't understand why it happened. So to get that why, you're looking at your fundamental analysis. You're looking at the data. So, you know, when I come here on FX Street, I look at the recommended. I'm trying to briefly see what's the most important thing that's happening. All right, Euro USD forecast. It's also a pair that I'm trading this morning. We have CPI on USD, so this is relevant. Euro could extend rebound on a soft US inflation reading. Okay, cool. Forex today, markets remain choppy ahead of all important US inflation data. So when I go to my technical analysis, I'm asking myself, why is price still ranging? Why is it kind of stagnant? Why aren't we seeing clean pushes in the market? That's my why. So that's why it's important. Because when I need to explain things like I'm explaining now, I can explain it. So that's your why, to understand why price is kind of stagnant, or why price is doing something in the market that's not respecting your technical analysis. So yeah, hopefully that answered your question. That's why I use fundamental. That's why I use fundamental analysis in my breakdowns, because I try to explain both sides of it, the what and the why, right? And then for some sites, like for some pairs, for example, on CNBC, there is a method I was using on what I used to trade US 30, where you're looking at interest rates. You're looking at positive data or negative data that represents that indice, and that kind of determines the bias of the market. You know, if it's all negative, then sells. If it's all positive, buys. But I stopped trading US 30 a long time ago. So price is pushing up. It's kind of what we want to see. Hopefully it does decide to push up and we catch a nice break from the upside. Only because just it looks cleaner to me, guys. This looks cleaner than this, in my opinion. And then we can go ahead and look at the daily time frame just for confirmation. So price was pushing down, but this could have been the pivotal point where price said, hey, we came back to 1932. We had this nice push. It was clean, and we want to have a nice continuation now. So it could be the end of a trend, and we could just see price to start to push up past range 2 into range 3 throughout the week. But even on daily time frame, notice how this candle isn't like, it's still fluctuating. So we have to scale it on the 4-hour. Notice that price is still in and out of that range. We don't have a nice closure, but we can see price pushing up now, which is perfect. 2-hour time frame, clearly see that candles are kind of close together, kind of consolidating. You know, 1-hour time frame, you can clearly see that's actually ranging, going from support, resistance. Now we want to see where price is going to break out from news. We have 15 minutes, and we'll have everything set out and play in the next 10 minutes for stops, and then we'll see what price does. Simple as that. Simple as that. Random question, because I like talking to you guys that are in here. What do you guys do beside trade? Is trading all you guys do? Do you guys do anything else? Are you working? Are you part-time, full-time? But there's more thinking. Oh, I didn't read your previous one. I've been trading now for a week, only low, but I just assumed you would only see trends and try to predict like gambling. But there's more thinking involved, I see. Yeah, most definitely. Gambling to me, I think I explained this like 2 weeks ago. I'm not a scalper. I don't really look for those 5 pip, 10 pip moves. I don't believe in scalping, only because you're in and out and you're getting that dopamine effect of gambling where you're really just predicting the move. Yeah, I'm not discrediting scalpers, because I know they use like the 5-minute supply and demand strategy where you see those pushes in the market. But it's just less information in my opinion. The lower time frame you scale into, higher the time frame, you're able to actually analyze those moves and really get a good glimpse of what's happening. And the only difference between gambling and this is gambling is you're coming in with no risk. You're not, when you're gambling, you're not using a risk management factor. With this, you can actually use risk management. You can have like a weekly profit goal, low risk, low leverage, all that stuff. I think gambling, you're kind of just going in and out really fast, which is another reason why I don't scalp, because you're going in and out really fast, in and out, and you can just totally mess up your percent plan throughout the week. With Forex in general, you have that risk management factor where if I'm in profit, I can break even so that I'm not taking that chance of losing any money. You know, you have your ratios as well. You don't have to use a 1-to-1, so it's not 50-50. It could be 50-100, 50-150. You know what I'm saying? And what else? 'Cause I get asked this question all the time from people that are looking at trading from the outside in. Um, what else? What else? There's one more point I had, which is why it's not gambling. I'm trying to think. It slipped my mind, but if it comes back, it will. But that's in my opinion on why this isn't necessarily gambling, because you're coming in with a analysis. Gambling is more of like, I think this is gonna happen, and I really don't have any confirmation to back up my thinking. I'm just going in this with confidence, like at a casino, right? But this is something you're able to break down, and it's actually factual. Like, things are actually happening, which is why fundamental analysis is so important, because you have the economy to back up any type of move that you capitalize on, right? It's not just random. It's not just random moves in the market. Like, oh, we caught this buy because of luck. There's a why behind it. Gambling is more of, you just hopped in, you got lucky. I'm studying economics and actually working on as an accountant part-time. I've only been investing in stocks. Okay, cool. Only focusing on trading and funding. Cool, cool, cool. Awesome. But since you are I want to ask you though, looking from the outside in, I guess, since it is, you said this is your trading for a week, do you think this is gambling? Does it look like gambling to you? And if you say yes, what is your reasoning? I'm very curious. All right, so gold is pushing up. We're gonna go ahead and set our parameters in the next like 2 minutes. Or I can set them now, honestly. So ideally, guys, if I were to hop in for a buy, and hopefully we do get a push to the upside, that would be wonderful. That would be really, really good. I'd set TPs at 40. Look at that, it's going up right now. And then we can make this a nice 1-to-3. I can't do my math. We can make this a little higher. We can make this until we get a nice solid 3 ratio. All right, so gold is pushing up now. Let me go ahead and send this in the Discord. All right, I'm gonna send this in Discord, guys, but I would place buy stops exactly like I have it right now, okay? And as a matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and place the buy stop now in a second. I'm gonna send this to Discord, make sure people are good. If you guys wanna hop in, you can. If you don't, that's perfectly fine, just watch. But this is what I'm going to anticipate this morning from news as well. And then let me go ahead and hop in. Okay. Okay, cool. All right, for some reason, my phone wasn't working. But I'm currently in, guys. Buy stop on gold. And I'm going to update OBS real quick. Hopefully you guys should see that on my screen in a few seconds. Sent it in Discord as well. I'm gonna make sure you guys are good in here. Buy stops. Buy stops on gold. We have 9 minutes. Let me go in and document this as well. Let me update this real quick. Trades taken, we have a buy stop. I'll say buy stop. I was gonna say BS, but we'll just type the whole thing, buy stop, and then let me go ahead and put this in my journal, and then we're just gonna wait for the next 8 minutes, see what happens. This is on. This is the 14th. This is on gold. Long. Give me 1 second, guys. If you're asking any questions, I'll get to them shortly. I just have to document this stuff from my journal so that I have everything recorded. 1952. It's a nice 3. And then we have this account. This is gold. I think I'm getting a little faster with this, guys. I think I'm getting a little faster with documenting all this stuff down. The reason why it takes me so long, if you're curious, the reason why it takes me like 3 minutes to do this, because I'm trading off of 2 different accounts, and I have 2 different journals. So I'm trying to make sure everything is documented in both, which is really difficult to do in a short amount of time. Okay. All right, I think I should be good though. All right, so we have 5 minutes. We're gonna see what happens. Simple as that. Let me see. Let me read some of the comments. Only focus on trading, only studying. So the thing is, I've only been that thought this week. I was thinking, go up and down, if I know in the background of it. Like, I think it's because I have no knowledge on the side of investing. I'd assume it is gambling since I'm thinking like a gambler at the moment. For example, if I see a double pattern bottom, I guess that will turn into bullish. Like, I wouldn't be 100% sure. That's why it's gambling for me. So there's that predicament of that unknown factor, right? Not really knowing. And that's true. No one knows what the market's going to do at the end of the day, because if everyone did, we'd all be rich by now, right? You know, that's kind of like that unknown factor, or that risk factor, because you don't really know. You have some confirmations, you have confluences, you have that good probable setup, but you don't really know at the end of the day, which I understand why you think it's gambling. But I would think it's because you have those confluences, your technical bias, which backs it up, which is why it's not like going to the casino. But I definitely agree with that. You know, that's that factor that, or that debatable factor, which is why people think it's gambling. I agree. Yes, I am. Tobago Malama. I am afraid of that. Um, I had an issue with that 2 weeks ago as well. It was on Euro USD, where basically it was on a funded account too. I was trading. I think it was Euro USD, where basically the trade. It was. I think it was because I placed the buy stop really close to it, but basically it kind of it didn't wick me out. But I was trying to understand that as well, like the slippage. I had to contact them like, why did my trade, why didn't it hit TP? Everything went well, and I showed them. I had screenshots, and they said because it was slippage. I can't say that right. Sorry. But if I'm being completely honest, I don't really quite understand it the way you probably do. So if you want to explain it to me, you can. But that was a surprise to me. I didn't quite understand that. And I only saw that happening when I placed orders like this. Like when I had buy stops and sell stops, that would happen rather than having market execution. All right, so we have 2 minutes to see what happens, guys. Price is still going in and out. If price decides to melt, we missed that sell. That's perfectly fine. We'd wait for price to slow down and catch retracement. Okay, so tell me, Forex slippage occurs when a market order is executed or a stop loss closes the position at a different rate than set in the order. Slippage is more likely to occur in Forex market where volatility is high, perhaps due to news events or during times when currency pairs trading. Okay, interesting. All right, so time is now 8:30. Oh, uh, W. That happened fast as hell. I had to check my phone. So that was a 0.6% gain. Um, Damn, that happened fast. Hold on. Let me see this. Let me check my other account real quick. 0.4% on 0.4 on one account and zero point 0.6 on. I'll show you guys too. I'll show you guys as well. I'm not making this up. I'm trading on my phone, so I don't know if you guys can see that. I don't know if you guys see that. Everything's recording. I'm gonna make a video out of this. That happened really fast. I kind of just gulped a little bit. That was kind of like that kind of shook me. I don't know how to react right now. I really don't know how to react. Holy shit. Yeah, W. Can I get some W's in the chat? Like what? I don't know what to say right now. Can I get some W's real quick? That shit was amazing. Holy shit. Holy shit. I don't know what to say right now. I I'm lost to words. I'm lost to words. Holy shit. Let me take a screenshot first. Let me lock in. Let me lock in. So basically, price did exactly what I wanted to do, but it did too much. It did too much. I didn't expect price to move that fast. All right, cool. Let me go ahead and send this in Discord real quick. Yeah, let me focus real quick. TP smacked. TP3 smacked. That happened in the span of what? 2 seconds? I wish I risked more though. I wish I risked more. Like I said, that was 0.5%, guys. That was only half. Damn. It's all good though. It's all good. It's all good. You can't get greedy. You know what I'm saying? Let me just say TP3 smacked. Damn, I'm lost of words. I'm really lost of words. I love seeing shit like that. I don't want to overreact, because if I overreact, you guys are gonna think I'm like emotional, and you can't really be emotional in the markets. But like, damn, that just made me feel good. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. That made me feel really good. You know what I'm saying? Made me feel really good. And we anticipated price to do exactly what I wanted to do, but it did too much. It did way too much. I wasn't expecting price to print this big ass candle. I thought we'd be on the live stream for like another hour. Not gonna lie to you guys, but price literally just did everything that I wanted to do this morning. And it's pushing them all the way into range. I think it's pushing them all the way up to range 3. Yep, pushing them all the way up into range 3. Holy shit. I thought we were gonna get this move on like Thursday, guys. Oh my gosh. All right, so we weren't paying attention to Euro USD. Unfortunately, if I was, I would have did the same thing. You know, anticipating price to push up in the range 3, would have caught that. We would have caught that nice buy stop entry. But that's all good. I'll just focus on gold. I'll make a video after this live stream. Damn. Did you guys catch this move? Let me know if you guys caught this move too. But I'm gonna go ahead and update OBS. That is 4 wins this week, guys. Or I'm sorry, not 4 wins. What did I say? For the month, I mean. 4 wins for the month. I said for the week. I'm sorry. For the month so far, that's 4 wins. We're looking pretty good overall. Damn. You love to see it. Let me know if you guys caught this too. Let me know if you caught this move. Please let me know if you caught this move. If you did it, it's all good. If I'm being honest, we're probably not gonna see a push like that, like what just happened again. But we'll see similar setups. We'll see similar setups, but unless there's news like CPI or like NFP, we're not gonna see candles print like that in the time frame it did. That was like 2 seconds. That happened in the span of like 2 seconds. You guys are gonna see the video making whatever amount in 2 seconds on gold, and I did this live. I think that was the fastest TP move I've ever been in this whole quarter. I'm just glad I got to do it live for you guys. That's what I'm most happy about, that I was able to do it live. Especially for Nash production. I'm happy I was able to do it for him, especially because, you know, people that are first coming in here, you know, really being really skeptical of me explaining stuff and it not going the way that I want it to go. It's like, oh, this guy's kind of just talking. But the fact that I broke this down, I told you guys what I wanted to see happen with price, and price did that. It just kind of makes me feel good, you know? Yeah, this video is going to be like 5 seconds long, bro. It's gonna be so funny too. I didn't know how to react. I was lost of words. I was shook. I was just staring at the screen, guys. I didn't know what to say. When I see stuff like that, I don't know what to do. I don't know. I could try to put on a poker face and be like this the whole time. Like just straight face. But no, when I see stuff like that, it gets me hyped, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Like I am emotional when I trade. I like seeing wins. When I take losses, I use risk management, but I still take a loss. When I win like this, it's like, congrats. It's like, damn, bro, give yourself a pat on the back. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm lit right now. I'm gonna have a good day. Like when you see stuff like this happen, it just sets you up for the rest of the day. It's like, damn. Yes, sir. I'm trying to understand though. I'm trying to understand in some scenarios, Tebago Malama, when would this be an issue of slippage? Like in this scenario, since price moves so fast, in what scenario would I have lost this trade? Is it just random? Because I looked it up, and it was basically saying that like in this scenario, slippage is let me read it again. Occurs when a market order is executed or a stop loss closes the position at a different rate than set in the order. Slippage is more likely to occur in the Forex market when volatility is high, perhaps due to news events or during times when the currency pair is trading outside peak market hours. So I closed in profit in this trade. I didn't close out, but is this like a similar scenario where slippage could occur? Because if I'm being honest with you guys, I'm still confused with that. I don't really understand what that is. Damn. Yeah, this video is gonna be funny. This video is gonna be hilarious, guys. It's most likely gonna be like, it's gonna be a long video, but when the move happens, like my face expressions, I might add like sound effects, because that was funny as hell. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I did not know how to react. Last time I saw moves like this is when I was trading. I had a whole playlist up on my channel, but I was doing live trades, NFP, and we would get moves like this all the time, and I'd put like funny effects in it. But most of my videos are like serious. But this is gonna be a funny video. I'm gonna make this hilarious. Yeah, I froze up. I stopped responding. I'd be screaming W through my whole apartment, walking with a skip for the rest of the day. I'm weak. Nah, but W's, y'all. W's in the chat, man. If you're tuning in this morning, appreciate you. Thanks for sticking around, for believing in me and my analysis. If you caught this trade, hope you guys made some profit this morning. But so far, so good. We're looking good this week. So far, so good. That's a W. That is a W. Let me know if you guys caught this move too. If you didn't, you don't have to give me your reasoning. I understand it's probably because you're watching me just for the education. That's perfectly fine. But let me know if you caught the move too. When I do this, it's not just for me. It's for you guys. Let me know if you caught this move. Let me go ahead and put this in my journal. And I'll start making this video as soon as I get off live. Let's fucking go. Excuse my language. Let's go. Love to see it. And that's TP3. Yes, sir. And this is what? 40 pips. Now, that's the only thing I wish. Like I said, I wish I did risk more. I'm not trying to sound greedy, but this analysis is actually really good. Like in general, if we didn't have news or anything, this analysis is actually a really good analysis in general. And I was gonna make a video on this weekend because this is something I use over and over again. You guys have seen me use this as I started going live, right? You box in price, you wait for a breakout. You can capitalize on that break or wait for a break and retest. What most traders do is they wait for that break and retest, but in scenarios like this, you still miss out on opportunities. So I'm saying, hey, why not try to catch that break? And if price decides to slow down, you can also catch that retracement for a price to continue up, which is fine. You can be aggressive, but I don't like waiting, potentially missing out on opportunities like this. What if I waited? What if I said, hey, price is gonna have a breakout and we're gonna wait to have that retracement? I would have missed out on this move right here. So I'm saying, Since we have a lot of liquidity built up, we have, sellers in the market pushing off of that nice level of resistance. We have buyers in the market pushing off of that nice level of support. You can have your sell stops above price, or your buy. I'm sorry. You can have your buy stops above price, waiting for that push above, or you can have your sell stops below price, waiting for that push below. So I am glad that we went with our buy analysis, because if we did go for the sell, we probably would have been wicked out. I think we probably would have been in profit, and then we probably would have been wicked out in 2 seconds, because I think I had TP around, 1940. And the reason why this is risky, the reason why I told you guys this is a risky, I think I did say that, right? Yeah, I said this is more of a risky analysis, because we have all these wicks over here, and price doesn't really have a clean area that it needs to gravitate towards to. So we don't really have a zone that price wants to push towards to. When we talk about supply and demand, I had this marked up as a 30-minute demand zone, or I'm sorry, supply zone. I was saying, hey, if price does decide to have a breakout, we're gonna try to push TP around that, our TPs around that zone. So that's what we did. We waited for price to come near 1948. We had our buy stops, and then we placed our trade 2 minutes before we had this push. And the price did its thing, came out into this range, and then pushed all the way through our 30-minute demand. So now what I want to look for is that cool down. So price is pushing up, which is cool, but price doesn't just push all the way up. It doesn't push all the way down. It has to retrace a little bit if it wants to form another range. So looking at the 2-hour time frame, I'm noticing that price is coming into this range. It's kind of wicking off right now. It's cooling down from news. I think I already have these marked up. Let me go in the daily time frame. Okay, yeah, cool. So it's coming back into range 3. So what I want to see is if price is going to react off of this newly formed support, if it does close above, or if it decides to continue to range a little bit in range 2. And then throughout the week, we do the same thing. So price is looking for structure, and whatever it reacts off of, we will capitalize on whatever type of move, whether if it's a break and retest, if it's like a range continuation. Using the same method over and over again, we're going to continue to use this method throughout the week on gold and any type of pair that we see with strong structure. So Euro USD, right now it's pushing up through this range. We can say this is range 1, and then we can say this is range 2. I think I already have it marked up. So like on a daily time frame. Okay, yeah, I have it marked up already. So scaling out, we have these ranges marked up. We're going to see if price is going to react off of this newly formed support, meaning if price decides to slow down, we'd wait for price to hit that newly formed support to catch a buy continuation. Or this could be a fake out. You never know. This could be a long wick at the end of today, because price is still in formation. So if it does wick, then we would see where we could capitalize on this continuation in this in range 2. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. This method that I use it on every pair. It's been working for me for the past 2 years now. I really started using it in 2022, but I've been using this back and forth every day, Monday through Friday, and it's been working. It has been working for me. Does it work all the time? Of course not. I explained that on GU. But if you use low risk and you use higher ratios, you should be ending your weeks in profit. You should be ending your months in profit. If you're not, then that's when you start to, back test, try to look for another type of system you can use. But stick with a strategy long enough to see a win percentage. It's not always going to win, but if you have that win percentage to end throughout the week, you have a goal that you reach throughout the week, then that's pretty much telling you to stick with that. I think that the market's telling you to stick with something if it's working for you. I think most of the time traders, they have a hard time sticking to something because they don't really see that system holding out for a long period of time, or they don't stick with that system for a long time. So they usually trade with a new strategy for a week. If it doesn't work out, they move on to the next strategy, instead of just sticking to one and really back testing that system to see if it actually works. And I think that goes off another point that someone asked, why this isn't gambling, is because when you back test and you see something work for a long period of time and it has a higher win rate, then that kind of tells you that you're working with something, right? It's not just a toss in the mist. It's not 50-50. You have a higher win percentage, which is why it's not really classified as gambling, in my opinion. rather than going to a casino and not really knowing what's going on. You're just kind of throwing your money in and hoping that you get a bigger return. This is more of analyzing the market, having a predetermined analysis off your technical and your fundamental analysis. You know, when we talk about news, understanding interest rates, understanding company valuation, understanding news data, understanding liquidity, like supply and demand, all those factors come into trading rather than gambling, where it's really just off of like feelings, confidence. So that's my opinion on that. And that's why I defend Forex trading as not being gambling. Unless you're scalping on the 1 minute. Like I remember people were doing HFX, and HFX is high frequency Forex. And I think I did a whole documentary on it. No, it wasn't on HFX. I was exposing people though, because it was gambling. You're just hopping on the 1 minute time frame. You're looking at strategies that people don't even really use. And I don't know. I think trading on the 1 minute is gambling because you're not really looking at price from an overall perspective. But yeah, let me stop yapping. That was my rant. I feel like I talk too much. Let me stop yapping. So the time is 8:50. I'll just go for another 10 minutes. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I'm just gonna go ahead and start working on this video. Honestly, I think I'm gonna stop making. This is gonna be my last breakdown video for a minute because I want to start posting real YouTube content again. And then I'm gonna get ready for the giveaway. I'm doing a giveaway this weekend. Probably announcement later. I'll probably announce it later today or tomorrow. And the people that will be in it will be the ones that have been rocking with me so far, and then a few other people from Instagram that want to be a part of it. But I'm only doing this giveaway because we recently hit 1K subscribers, which I'm grateful for, and I want to give back to y'all. So I'll be doing that sometime this weekend. And other than that, that's pretty much it. I don't really have any other announcements. I'm just gonna be working on videos all day. And then I have a documentary I have to work on, but that's not relevant. If you guys have any questions, let me know. If you have any pairs you want me to analyze, shoot away. It can be questions about anything. Yeah. That's all I have to say. Taki Ben, give 50 USD. See, like I explained earlier, you know, I don't blame people for just wanting to be a part of this giveaway that haven't been really rocking with me. They haven't really been on my live sessions. You know, you see someone doing a giveaway, of course you want to be a part of it, but I'm really going to be focusing on the ones that have been supporting me. So everyone in Discord is going to be able to be a part of it. Everyone that's been on my live stream is going to be a part of it. I'm trying to think how people are going to enter in if they really haven't been supporting me, you know, because I have to make it fair, you know. I understand though, people that just want to, you know, get free prizes and then leave, that's perfectly fine. But it's really for people that have been supporting me. I'm really giving back to you know, supporters, not people that are just trying to get something. But it's gonna be greater than 50 USD for sure. It's not gonna be 50 USD. It's gonna be something 10 times, 100 times better, 1,000 times better. And what I think I'm gonna do, guys, I think I had it up. I'll do something like this. So I have all the names up. I'll make a whole video about it and then press the button, and then whatever it lands on, that person would contact me this weekend. You get my information so that we can talk about how you can receive that prize. Yeah, I'll save this. I like this. Yeah, we're probably gonna use this website. But yeah, you guys have any more questions? We have 9 more minutes. Please feel free to ask anything. If I'm gonna break this down again, I will. I will be making a video regardless. So if you want to wait for the video, I'll probably post it before. My goal is to post it before 12, but I will be posting a video today. My only regret from this trade is not risking more. I really did. I wish I risked more in this trade. I really do. I really wish I did, but that's okay, right? It's good to win something than to win nothing, I guess. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. I'm not tripping, cause it is Tuesday, right? So we still have time to catch bigger moves. Because as you guys know, I mean, I am trading gold a bit more aggressive this month. You know, last week we had a 100 pip move, so I'm not really too crazy on the 40 pip, 30 pip moves. I'm not really crazy about it. You know, this is a different situation where we had news, so price did spike, which is cool. But I do wish I either risked more or extended my TP so that we could break even. It's all good though. I'll still make a video. I will still make a video. So we have about 7 minutes. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask. It can be anything. It doesn't have to be Forex related. You guys can ask anything about like life. If you need help with anything, advice, please feel free to ask away. You know, if you need help with anything, let me know as well. It does not have to be Forex related. You guys can ask me anything, and I will answer honestly. Sonic said, if you had risked more and it hit stop loss, you would have been pretty bummed out. Like this, you followed your plan and it worked out. Yeah, I agree, but also if I would have lost this trade, I would have known what I've. Well, actually, yeah, you're right. I was trying to make an excuse for it. You're 100% right. I think I would have been bummed out if I did risk more. There's no way out of that. So yeah, I mean, that's just like that 10% of the emotional side come out of me. It's like, yes, at the end of the day, like subconsciously, I followed my plan. Like I'm good, but like, you know, just being a bit more, you know, emotional. It's like, damn, like I wish I risked more. Like, why not? But at the end of the day, I'm always gonna follow my plan. Like I'm not ever gonna not follow my plan. Like for example, me saying this is not gonna change the way I trade the next day. I'm still gonna go with low risk. I'm gonna follow my plan. But if I see another move like this, I'm gonna say the same thing. Like, damn, I wish I would have risked more, knowing that I won't in the future. It's just me talking out my mouth. I think that's how every trader feels as well. It's like that what if in the back of their head. Although they're subconsciously following their plan, they're always thinking what if, what if, what if, what if, all the time. But yeah, 100%. If this would have like went bad, I think I would have been bummed out if I risked more, which is why I always follow my plan regardless, because I always think about that as well. What if this goes bad? What if this goes bad? Plus, I'm doing this live as well. You know, the fact that I'm doing this live, it means I really have to follow my plan, because the people that I'm teaching that are looking up to me, I guess, I don't want them to change their plan. So I gotta stick to my plan for you guys as well. But I'm just talking the back of my head. That's just me talking. Like for example, I was trying so hard to have a straight face when this move happened. Like I'm trying to look very stoic for you guys, you know, really like hard and like, oh, he's locked in, like straight face, poker face. But when I see stuff like this, it gets me hyped. Like it's really hard for me to hide that. So I'm gonna see my reaction in the video. I'm gonna make it a funny video. It's like, it's hard to hide the things that make us excited, to be honest. Like I do this with passion, guys. I love this. You know what I'm saying? I love trading. So when I see stuff like this happen, it gets me hyped. So it's really hard to have a straight face. It's really hard to have a straight face. A lot of people say, you know, you have to trade emotionless, which is 100%. You know, you want to come in as being really emotionless because if you lose money, you don't want to freak out and stuff like that. But when you make a lot of money, it's like, why not get excited for those wins? Why not be happy for yourself? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, me too. I wish I would have risked my entire account on that. Exactly. Like, you know you're not gonna do it, but it's like, what if? Like in another universe, what if you risked your whole account? Would have been hilarious. Yeah, I was in shock. I can't. I wasn't even looking at myself. I gotta look at the footage. I'm not even looking at my face. So I gotta look at the footage. Hopefully it was funny though. I was speechless. I couldn't even say anything. I'm gonna make this a funny video. I'll make it a funny video. Yeah, but we have 3 more minutes. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, it's been a really great morning. Hopefully, if you didn't hop into this trade, hopefully you learned something from this. Hopefully, I was able to educate you guys on something new. If not, rinse and repeat tomorrow. I'll be live Wednesday, Thursday, and I'll be live London on Friday. If you guys have any questions about anything, feel free to reach out to me. The Discord is private, but you guys can get a free trial. So if you guys are watching this post stream, it's not, you don't have to pay for it right away. You can get a week fill if you want to be a part of the community. You can hop in the Discord for free for 7 days. And then if you don't like it, you can leave. Or if you want to be part of the community, you'd have to sign up. But yeah, again, I appreciate everyone that hopped in. Even if you're watching this after the stream, I also appreciate you. If you've been in the stream all morning, I hope you were having a great morning. Shout out to Tobago, Malone. Shout out to Niche Production. Shout out to Sage. Shout out to Askeet, Shane, PUBG, and of course, Sonic. Appreciate you guys. Rinse and repeat tomorrow. I will be posting the breakdown sometime this morning or afternoon. And I will be giving all the information for the giveaway sometime later tomorrow or on stream Thursday. And I'll have all the details finalized, and that's pretty much it. I'll be working on a YouTube video sometime this month. And that's all the announcements. Sometimes I feel like I forget I'm saying something, but that's everything. Appreciate you. Yeah, we have about like 2 minutes. I'm just gonna chill. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I'll end stream, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. What a fucking W.